Welcome to our January Shotsuki Hoyo monthly memorial and adult Dharma service. Happy New Year. I want to wish you a happy and healthy 2022. We'd like to begin our service today by reading the names of those who've passed away in the month of January. Haruko Ajari, Emi S. Calkins, Masumi Deguchi, Shichigoro Doi, Ichiro Endo, Fumiko Fuji, Arata Fujikawa, Chika Takasaki Fujikawa, Jin Fujikawa, Tom Fujimoto, Shizue Furuyama, Kenji Hayashida, Mei Hayashida, Jun Hiramatsu, John Hiramoto, Shizue Hirota, George Hoshide, Takeshi Ikeda, Dean Inokuchi, George Inoue, Masao Inoue, John Itoda, Kusuichi Kamada, Tamie Kamada, Tatsuo Kanagaki, Norikazu Kaneko, Chiono Kanzaki, Tsurunosuke Kase, Marion Kato, Harry Kawabata, Kamenosuke Kawabe, Kanjuro Kawabe, Yoshiaki Kawaoka, Charles Kawasaki, Pauline Kawasaki, Sadano Kayatani, Ikuzo Kido, Yuri Kido, Hajime Kihara, the Kihara ancestors, Hisao Kimura, Kojiro Kimura, Tanigusu Kimura, Toku Kimura, Suna Kinoshita, Yoshimi Kishi, Suematsu Kitagaki, Shuntaro Kiyota, Yoshio Kobata, Konami Kobori, Shizue Koyama, Misato Kuramoto, Shigenobu Kuramoto, Tsuru Kua, Kuniko Masuda, Sueme Masuoka, Linda Matsutani, Urae Miyamoto, Fujie Mizusaki, Tomiko Mizuki, Sunao Mizuki, Kayo Murakami, Yoshita Murakawa, Leslie Muranishi, Jitsujiro Nakahara, Kichi Nakahara, Seijiro Nakanishi, Fusa Nakano, Chizuko Nakashima, Mieko Nakatani, Yoshie Nakatani, Yuao Dan Nakatani, Fujio Narasaki, Tagaichi Negi, Tomiko Neishi, Jakusho Nita, Violet Nobori, Dorothy Nomiyama, Dick Nomura, Frank Norimoto, Suekichi Ochikubo, James Ogawa, Kato Okai, Yuki Okawa, Kiku Okawa, Otono Okawachi, Yoshio George Oto, Joe Otsuka, John Raymer, Kikue Sakamoto, Faith Sasaki, Fumio Sasaki, Gunbei Sasaki, Hisaka Sasaki, Jingoro Sasaki, Ishino Sasaoka, Otome Satake, Yaoichi Satake, Tomie Satake, Ura Sawada, Ben Toshio Seiji, Shizuko Seiji, Toshio Shibata, David Shigematsu, Toku Shimamoto, Kyoko Shimao, Fumie Shinomoto, Kume Shiozaki, Wendy Shiroma, Miles Suda, Kenji Suzuki, Osamu Takahashi, Mary Takemoto, Hazue Takeda, Koki Takeda, Shizuko Tamori, Yoshihiro Tamori, Tomiko Tamura, Sumi Tanaka, Tamotsu Tani, Hisaichi Taniguchi, Mitsi Tanisawa, Tsuneno Tanisawa, Yoshiko Tanisawa, Chieko Tanita, Yoshie Tanita, Lily Yuriko Terusaki, Yoshiko Teraura, Fumi Torora, Sachiko Toyofuku, Hisajiro Tsuboe, Mareo Tsuchiya, Takenori Tsuchiya, Genkichi Tsujimoto, George Kumao Tsushima, Totaro Umemoto, Yukie Utsurogi, Hyozo Yamamoto, Katsuko Yamamoto, Kenneth Shigeo Yamamoto, Masako Yamamoto, Ted Yamamoto, Kihei Yamane, Tsurukichi Yamane, Toshio Yamashita, Yosaku Yamashita, Toyotaro Yanagi, Tomo Yasukawa, Kemi Yi, Motomi Yokomizo, Shelly Yuto, Toshiyuki Yuto. Next we will have Sutra chanting, and today we will be chanting Sanbutsuge, and the words for the chanting will be on the screen so you can chant along, or you can think about your loved ones during the chanting. Namandam, 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 namandam. 者日月間に主公遠慮開始のペイ有脈樹木如来予言朝鮮無人小学大音こぬ実法開門精進三昧知恵意徳無量主生慶人体前年小仏北海愚人人の空語外体無明欲ぬ世尊読む人の死死人徳無量空君古代知恵人妙光明一層神道大仙願が差仏在所法多度生じ未不下脱不正上位解任精進如是三昧知恵以上五世特部不行志願一切空空一切大安決しうぶ百千億万無量大小春行五者供養一切死と勝仏不如愚道賢小不客貧如五者小仏世界不不可け無種sep道光明師匠変師小国如是精進異人難女両が差仏国土第一五種奇妙道場超絶国如内音ニムトソガトアイミンドダプニサイジポ内書シネプ少女イトガ国ケラクアンノコブプ神妙ゼガ神書ホプガンの非力少々欲実法世尊知恵無下上女子孫知が信用権量心死食毒中が行精進臨終不敬ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナ Namandamun Ganni Shikudoku Byodo Seisai Dohotun Bodaishin Ojo Well, thank you once again for joining us for our January Shotsuki Hoyo monthly memorial and adult Dharma service. This is the second service we're having this year. We started on Friday with New Year's Eve, and then Saturday was New Year's Day, and now Sunday, January 2nd, Shotsuki. We didn't do our normal Dharma family service because we've been having a lot of services. I'll talk about those services in a little bit. My general topic, and it's kind of a New Year's time topic, is past, present, and future, right? And how here at the beginning of the year is a perfect time to reflect on the past and aspire for the future while trying to be present now. There's kind of a school of thought, partially Buddhist, but not only, that says that now is the most important thing, right? There's a book called Power of Now. I think you'll hear it. You've heard it maybe from BCA ministers. You might hear it being kind of presented as a Buddhist idea or a Buddhist way of looking at things. And that's definitely one stream of thought, right? And this importance of now. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't get so worried about the future. Now is really the only time we have, right? And so, I can go along with that to a certain extent. And yet, here we are, Shotsuki Hoyo, and we are thinking about our loved ones from the past, right? These are people who've passed away. And so, is that not Buddhist? Some of it might come from more general Asian culture, Japanese culture, Chinese culture, but I think that in Jodo Shinshu, thinking about our loved ones, having appreciation of our loved ones who've passed away, is part of our Buddhism. It's okay to think about the past. It can be good to think about the past, right? So does that contradict this idea of now is the most important thing? I don't think so necessarily. Same with the future. We can certainly get worried about things that haven't happened yet, right? And try and predict what's going to happen or get worried or whatever. And, that maybe is too much. But I think we can also aspire for the future. We can set goals, right? We can think about how we would like things to be in the future with an understanding it may not turn out that way. Right? And so to me, well, I'm, me, middle way Buddhist, right? And so maybe the now is a middle way between past and future, right? That if we get too stuck in one extreme or the other, right? We're so upset about what happened in the past, what this person said, or what I did when I should have done that, or what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm so worried. Right? That's too much. Both of those are extremes. Maybe we can find a middle way between those extremes, right? And now, what a better place, right? The middle way is a very positive kind of way to think and way to be. But exactly that. The middle way is informed by the extremes. They're extremes when things get out of balance. And yet, when things are in balance, doesn't that imply? A middle way implies these other extremes that are allowing for this balance. So, it's a little riff on, just trying to think about this idea of the now, right? The importance of the now. But I've always seen it, especially at this time of year, healthy self-reflection, trying to gain insight into oneself, I think can be a really positive thing. Setting goals, right? Having aspirations, I think can be really great things. And informing what I do now. Maybe who I am now is certainly influenced very strongly, maybe very often subconsciously by the past, by my past. So I think it's good actually to think about things, maybe things that are uncomfortable too, or things I don't want to think about. Right? That can get pretty deep. I'd like to think Amida Buddha can help with that too. Our relationships with our loved ones, right? They're not always perfect. I know. Well, for me anyway, my relationship with my parents was not perfect. My parents were not perfect people, right? And to think about that, reflect on that when I can. Sometimes it's too hard, right? My dad, I said last month, my dad died 20 years ago. It still can be hard to think about him. But I feel I also benefit when I do think about him. And I benefit when I think about our relationship. And that gives me insight into myself. Now the future, here's what I'd like to do for the future. You can watch my video yesterday about being pessimistic or optimistic about the future. So if you want to watch actually the New Year's Day service, the links will be in the description. You can watch the New Year's Day service. My favorite part is the kansho because I included pictures of the altar. And the altar is set up so wonderfully, set up by Reverend Michael Endo. Besides just the flowers, right, we also have the osanai and the mochi, the kagami mochi, right, the kind of New Year's setup. So you can see nice pictures of that in yesterday's New Year's Day video. And then, wait, isn't this the past? But I'm going to talk about it in sense of the future. Because the New Year's Eve video from Friday, we had an outdoor service. And this is something I've kind of thought about doing actually for years, and we finally did it. Small service, right? COVID numbers have been going up, so we never really planned to have people inside for New Year's Eve, but I did want to do a service. I was so worried it was going to rain and we wouldn't be able to do it, but we did it. So watch the New Year's Eve video, and it also has. So this is the past, right? At the end, and you can go to the description of the video, and I have it so that you can click on the time, and you can jump to Sutra chanting, or you could jump to the Dharma talk, or you can jump to the video of the bell ringing 108 times for New Year's Eve. So we didn't have an in-person gathering we did have an in-person gathering outside. We didn't ring the big bell in here, but there's a video of me ringing the bell, and pictures from the past year. So just looking back on 2021, we actually did some amazing stuff here. I'm not tooting my own horn because other people did it. The drive-through things that we had. We also had a lot of services, and so I tried to just pick some highlights from there. Some nice pictures of the temple throughout the year with clouds or blue sky or rain even I put in there. It rained a lot this past year. So that I thought I was going to talk about the future. Well, in a way I am, because even though these things happened in the past, the outdoor service is an option for the coming month or two, right? Ideally, we're going to get people back in this room. We really want to have service here in the Hondo in person, but we're not sure what's going to happen. We talked about doing that on January 16th. So if you want to come, check the website, give us a call, make sure it's going to be open. But what we'd like possibly to do, if we can't do it in here, is do it outside. So by watching this video from the past, you're seeing possibility for the future, right? To have these outdoor services. It's not ideal, but it was actually really nice too, and we felt comfortable, I think, being out there and still being together, more so than having to sit separately in different pews and everything, right? We were able to be outside, be in the sun, and it was actually really nice day on Friday. I was a little let's put it this way, not optimistic. I talk about it maybe in somewhere, being a little melancholy maybe, but being around the Sangha and having the service outside with people around really brightened me up. And then this morning I found myself really, wow, new year, huh? Okay, what are we going to do, right? How are we going to approach it? Thinking about it in a really positive way, not in a kind of guilty way of I should do this, I guess maybe I'll try, but more like, no, I want to do this. Right? So for me, I've got a lot of ideas that I hope to have bear fruit. I want to thank you very much, and please keep your eyes and ears open on the website and everything for how things are going to be. And so here's my recap, right? It's okay to think about the past, right? It's okay to think about the future. As much as now is all we have, we should. It's good to reflect on our past, on our loved ones, on our relationships, right? And I think it's good to be looking to the future in a positive way, right? Just don't get stuck. Isn't that the way? Attachment, right? One of the three poisons. When we get attached, right? Get attached to the past, or attached to the future, or attached to I should have done this and I failed, or we get stuck. Don't get stuck. How hard is that? I know, easier said than done. Amida Buddha wants to help. One way maybe we can get unstuck is reciting the Nembutsu, right? So why don't we conclude this January Shotsuki Hoyo and Adult Dharma Service Dharma message with Gassho reciting the name of the Buddha, the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. Okay, thank you very much. This will conclude our service, and I want to thank you for joining us. Once again, as always, hit the like button, subscribe if you're interested, go to the website if you have questions. Please watch those other videos. I think they're fun. I think there's some nice stuff in there, kind of recapping last year and images to help us point ahead, right, in this new year. So thank you very much. Take care, everyone. There will be the virtual incense offering after this. Take care. Bye-bye. Happy New Year.